Welcome to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective and live donation readings for my Clarityempress collective. I hope everybody is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section or the chat and let me know if the reading resonates with you. When you like, share, and subscribe, just keep in mind those are all free and energetic donations to the channel. Much appreciated. Thank you in advance. And also, don't forget to ring that bell. That way you're notified every time I come on. Okay, so we're about to get this party started. Like, what is that? Yeah, we're about to get this party started. Mhm. All right. What's up, sis? What's going on with you? So, Empress Cakes cannot be here tonight, which is fine. This time change got her jacked up, and me too. We will not be here long tonight. I promise you, we will not. Uh-oh. Darn cats. Unplug my shit. Hold on, y'all. I know I heard something. In the meantime, in between time, say what up in the chat and let me know how your day, how time change is doing you. How you feeling? Collective. Oh, mythical peace. How is the time change taking care of you? Got you. Yeah, me too. I had to go shopping today just for some groceries. Went to like three places because I don't get everything in one place. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done. What we got? Just put it off to tomorrow. I was like, we can do it tomorrow. Yeah, I just don't have the energy. You know what I mean? Whew. Y'all, I'm about to get into this. I don't know if you've ever seen this book before. It's the mythical beasts and magical creatures. So I got that from the library. I'm gonna check it out because there's been some things coming up. You feel me? And I just want to take a deeper look. What is the table of contents? Oh, there we go. So Siberia, something showed up. It has never been on film before. I want to say they said Siberian. I'm gonna look at that video again. Almost human wing wonders, beast of the world. Animal magic. Let's see, 46. Somebody said they saw a griffin. What's up, Tuesday? What's going on with you? What's happening? Rainbow crow. I never seen one of them. 46. Cat. Huh. I need to own this book. This book deep. Same old, same old. What you working, girl? Yeah, I'm getting ready to work tomorrow too, but not in the way you think. But I am about to get ready for bed and then work. So I gotta work all day long. I don't think I'm gonna be on tomorrow because the way my day is looking, um, I'm gonna be running for 12 hours straight, at least tomorrow. 12 hours straight, maybe a little more. So yeah, tomorrow night, and with this time change, I'm not gonna make it. Ah, congratulations, Miss Substitute Teacher. How you like it? I hope you like it. And what grade? Let me know the grade that you're working with, girl. All right, Spirit. Let's get into this collective. What's up, Lottie? Let's get into it with you. What's going on? All right, let me get a spiel again. Welcome to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity. We appreciate y'all being here. But please, while you're here, like, share, and subscribe. Those are free. Energetic donations to the channel cost you nothing, mean everything to us, helps us grow. Appreciate you. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified every time I come on. And if you would like a live donation reading, please follow the pinned comments. If you have questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Okay? For third grade, then Friday it'd be fifth grade. Oh shoot, high school. Okay. Mm-mm. Well, enjoy all of that. Enjoy that money too. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collector. What do you need to know? And thank you for the likes, the views, the shares, all of that. Thank you. And the subs. All right, Spirit. Did I turn this around? I do believe. So Empress Cakes couldn't make it tonight. She was gonna come, but she couldn't. It's okay. We gonna keep this thing. Alright, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. You are giving too many F's. Give 0. Listen, this coincides with the thumbnail. Because what I heard Spirit said was that somebody wanted you to feel how they feel. And now access is denied. You're not going for whatever that is. I don't know if somebody was projecting onto you, being passive aggressive with you, being slick sly, or cunning, or just upfront and open with it. Whatever the case may be, now access is denied. You done blocked somebody. You done moved on. You don't look back. That kind of energy is going on. All right, tell me more. It says you are talented and effing amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb ish. Okay. All right. So Spirit speaking to somebody saying, listen, whatever you in the past was giving us about, don't give no more. Okay. Give 0. Turn that one around. Okay. Because I don't want them flagging me for all this profanity. Um. So the world needs your voice. Just you don't use it for dumb stuff. Some people just, what I noticed. I mean, it's not that I never noticed. It's just easier to spot when people are making content and they're trying too hard. Like not, and I'm not even talking about tarot. I'm talking about like fake family scenarios, fake pranks, and all that stuff. I really appreciate the creativity because watching social media is like watching TV, and I do appreciate the effort that people put in, but sometimes people take things a little too far, and there's been a lot of that going on lately. And yeah, tell me my spirit. It's dark and you can't see a effing thing. Get your head out of your behind pronto. So somebody is just not. I feel like there's somebody in denial about something. Let me lay these cards down because they perfect. profane. Okay, they are so profane. Um, yes, I feel like somebody got to get their behind, their head out their behind. It's giving Delulu energy. It's giving I don't want to efface my stuff. So it could be somebody that just don't want to face their fears, so they're not really like taking accountability for their actions. No, not to anyone specific, but to themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like just being in denial. Tell me more, spirit. Mm. What's that say? Figure ish out on your own. But see, this is in a challenge and a lesson. Somebody has been trying to figure out some stuff on their own, and sometimes you got to know when to ask for help. And that's the challenge and lesson. Maybe that was the message somebody got all the time. Figure it out on your own. But that doesn't always solve problems. A lot of people go into hermit mode. They get quiet. They come out when the coast is clear, and they resume things as usual. They haven't learned anything. They haven't grown. They haven't got any other opinion than what they're used to, right? They may not have been in hermit mode thinking hard enough about their problem, about how do I solve it, change it, fix it, grow, whatever. They're not necessarily doing that. So everything can't be solved on your own. We are meant to be interdependent with each other. We are meant to be in community. No man is an island. So that kind of message is not always the right message, but sometimes it applies. So take it how it resonates. Who's getting congratulations? Oh, I know. My bad. That's right. Congratulations, Tuesday. I'm telling y'all, this daggone chat be so delayed. I'll see it, then I don't know what happened. But yeah, girl. It says you need a big effing hug and then squeeze. I'm trying to tell you, you need a hug because somebody need community. We think we need to do it. That's where hyper independence comes from. When you think you just gotta do everything for yourself because nobody ever does it, or you think no everybody's gonna let you down, or maybe those that you thought were supposed to help you won't help you, so you don't ask anybody for anything, right? Sometimes we feel like people giving us help is a way to manipulate us, and sometimes it is, but that still doesn't mean that we should be in isolation. It still doesn't mean that we should accept things as, you know, this is the only way. Them two is fighting. 5 o'clock what? Tomorrow. Yeah. hmm Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, wait a minute. Overall energy, bottom of the deck. My bad. Eat your effing vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. All right. So, um, yeah, I need to just let y'all know this because, like I said, the way people interpret things is usually based off our trauma, childhood, fears, things like that. Um, you cannot do everything by yourself. You cannot solve every problem. You can solve some, but you can't solve every problem by yourself. We are interconnected. We need to be interdependent, meaning support one another. Listen, I don't do my taxes. I have an accountant for that. You know what I mean? Because I know no matter what deductions I think I have, I know somebody that's a little smarter than me or a lot smarter than me that knows how to get it done. I just don't. There are people that do their own taxes. Excuse me. I am not one. I can't be in my body and my gynecologist at the same time. Sorry to be graphic, but I can't. Right? I can't see what they see or know what they know. You know, I can't. I'm not a plumber, so I don't fix pipes. I don't fix electricity. I might know how to tinker a little bit. I do. be handy sometimes. But no, I'm not everything. So I may require other resources, sources, people to help, to fix, to do, to advise. So I feel like with that being the last two cards, somebody feels very lonely. They feel very isolated. They're not reaching out for help, or they struggle to figure out who can actually help them, and they need a big hug. Um, Sometimes, Spirit said I'm hearing loud that some people burn their bridges, and this is why they get stuck and isolated, right? Because they burn their bridges so much that the people that can help or would help can't no more. They can't. They can't without disturbing their own peace. They can't without lowering their self respect. And like I said, the downloaded message when I first got on, I heard, somebody wanted you to feel like they did. And matter of fact, Spirit did show me the deck. Oh, they showed me this picture. I saw this 2 days in a row in my mind's eye, so I know Spirit wanted me to show y'all and talk about it. So when I get to it, I'm gonna show you. But yeah, Spirit is saying somebody got a hole in their heart, and they want you to feel like that sometimes. You know what I mean? Like that. Sometimes people want to project their pain onto you. They want you to feel what they feel, and it's a temporary thing, but it sometimes it's what drives people to do the things they do. This right here. This is what Spirit kept showing me in my mind's eye. That somebody's got a gaping hole in their heart. And, it's due to them being backstabbed or abandoned. You know what I'm saying? Feeling unappreciated, snaked and tricked. Somebody that feels like they're lost on their journey. Um, just because somebody else is lost don't mean you need to be lost. Does mean that you have to steer the Lord, steer the ship for them. There are some things that people do need to do for themselves that they just outright refuse to do. And when you realize that there's Six of Pentacles going on, where there's not enough equal give and take, Spirit will redirect you and tell you to pull your energy back. And the reason being is because there are steps that person must take to become interdependent. There are steps they must take to help themselves. You can show them, you can lead them, you can talk about it, you can refer them, whatever it is that you needed to do. You probably done all of it. But then when you realize that they want you to continue doing all of it and then some, Spirit will redirect you. Oh my gosh, see all of that? Hold on. Oh wow. I didn't even see all of that. Hey Carmen. That part. Wow. Uh-huh. I missed all of that y'all was saying. My bad. But yeah, so, you know, people want you to fill that gaping hole in their heart. They want you to, especially if you were doing it all at some point, they want you to continue to do that. But when the tap only goes one way and you can't replenish, your well will run dry. And you can't keep helping somebody who either won't help you or won't help themselves, or a combination of that. And somebody, when I said when I heard, excuse me, Spirit say they wanted you to feel like they felt. To give you an example, this person might um snicker or laugh openly when something doesn't go your way, because they want you to feel how they feel. They might even set you up for you to be in position to see something they're doing that they know will trigger you. Um, if they felt slighted in the past, they'll do things to slight you the same way. You know, this is somebody with a really large parent wound. Yep, hurt people, hurting people. And you know, the other night, I was telling Black Cherry I saw this show called Smoke. It's a really good watch. We binge watched it. Well, we didn't watch it, binge watch it the whole time, but about episode 5 or 6, Spirit said, "Pay attention." And I started paying attention a different way, and I started to predict the rest of the show. Like for real, for real. I started to predict. I was getting on my husband's nerves because I was like, "This gonna happen," or "They gonna say this," and they were saying it, everything. Because what I was seeing was these psychological patterns, right? And there was a protagonist and an antagonist, but then there became multiple antagonists. Um, and it's about, what is it about? It's about an investigator who works with an arsonist investigator, and they both have fire trauma or trauma associated with fire. Um, and you know, at one point in time, well, majority of the shows, they are trying to catch an arsonist that's doing significant damage throughout the city. I don't want to tell you too much because you should watch it. It's really good. But I will say one of the main characters has like a split personality, and he does have this gaping hole in his heart. And the antagonist, the actual arsonist, they link up at some point in time. And the arsonist says to him, "Who put that hole in your chest?" You know what I'm saying? "Who put that big gaping hole in your chest?" They continued to talk, and he was like, "I know she did it." And he said, "Your mother did it. Because she saw something and she didn't like it." And the way the other character responded was powerful, right? But here's the deal. People like that, you know, and I'll give you a little bit more context on the other character. He responded in a visceral reaction. He also had a lot of broken relationships. None of his relationships worked out well. He had people he trusted, but he was very emotionally avoidant, and he was a little psychopathic. You know, he was doing some crazy stuff for his job or to keep his job. Um, why she close that all the way? She yelling at me. Yeah, I heard her. Um, Yeah, so in that show, like the show was deep, but Spirit was like, I literally was watching it and I was going, huh. And Spirit's like, no, 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 pay attention. You need to pay attention. What do you want, girl? Yeah. So I was obedient in that I paid attention. I was like, okay, where you trying to get me to see? And my mouth was on the ground because I'm like, I've seen this before. Not the show, but the behavior. I've seen, I've experienced certain things, excuse me, based on that show, or I should say the character. They really developed the character. But Spirit wanted me to pay attention, so I paid attention. I paid attention. But what I see is, what Spirit is giving me now is that there is somebody that's really hurting. All right, they're going through it. Spirit said in the past energy, either you or them or both gave too many F's, way too many F's. Whether you gave too many F's about the person or they gave too many F's about the people and the things that hurt them. right? The art of attachment is not easy for anybody. No matter what your circumstances, the art of detachment is not an easy thing to do. Especially when somebody leaves a gaping hole in your heart and you do not know how to fulfill that. But Spirit says a word to the wise is that you must be careful with your heart, not to close it off, right? But to slowly repair it. Sometimes you got to stitch your own heart together. And that means you go get a little help here, you go get a little support here. Um, you know what I'm saying? You get a step to take here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I know people who, when they don't feel good in their spirit, they go do things like they may take mushrooms guided in a guided way, or they might go do ayahuasca so they can heal. Some people go to therapy so they can heal. Some people go to a clergy so that they can heal. You got to be guided to take some steps and to work on radical healing. Otherwise, you become, or you could potentially become a hurt person hurting other people. And you're really not going to get away from hurting other people if you don't work on your healing. But the issue becomes you won't even know that you're doing it till it's done, till you lose people, till you won't have access to them anymore because you done overdid it. And that's what I'm getting with this situation is somebody did something and they don't have access to somebody. That's a wrap. Access is denied. I don't get that this is somebody putting up boundaries, although they may be. They may be. But what they want and what they desire, they decided, or I should say they allow their wounds to hurt somebody else. And if you go around doing that, you just burn bridges after bridges after bridges. And then people don't no longer trust you, can't believe in you, can't support you, can't do nothing for you. All right, tell me more, Spirit. You're a sucker for love. I feel like this person has a lot of starts and stops. You know, they love for the sake of love, but they don't know how to love. That's what I'm getting. So this is a sucker for attention. That's one of the characteristics of that character had me bugging out. He loved attention. Every time they called him a hero, said he was the man. Oh, you the man, you the man, you the man. He's like, I could get used to this. The smile on his face. Oh my gosh. The multiple personalities had me bugging out. Like, wait a minute, what just happened? What was that? Tell me more, Spirit. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch. It says you are fucking talented and amazing. What it say at the bottom? The world needs your power. Use your oh, and just so you know what I'm getting to? Spirit said, I really just heard it though. Um, don't dim your light for this person. Whoever was projecting onto you, trying to hurt you, trying to make you feel like them, don't dim your light for that person. Okay, the spirit says the world does need you, need your energy, your talents, your voice. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop who you are or don't diminish who you are because of some person or, situation that makes you feel, I don't know, or has made you feel less than in the past or made you want to shrink to not be bothered with. Just deny the access and keep it moving. Detach from the outcome of them or whatever and keep it moving. Tell me more, Spirit. It says it's dark and you can't see a effing thing. Tell me more. It says clown shit, not my circus, not my monkeys, but I know the clowns. I don't know why she wrote like that. Not my monkey, not my circus, but I know the clowns. Whatever. You got to also see people for who and what they are. So spirit doesn't want you to bury your head in the sand and think that everybody likes me, validates me, um, shows support of me. It really does. Like, know who they are. Be very discerning. Ask questions. Pay attention. Be very, very discerning. Get your head out your behind. Also, this means if you like kissing your own behind, meaning you focus on getting validation for yourself, because that's what feeds that hole temporarily. Dies off, but feeds that hole temporarily. If you don't get validation, you can be a miserable something. And spirit said, you gotta be careful. You gotta be able to pour, or this person needs to be able to pour into their own cups. The vibe I got when I got that down on the messages is that unfortunately they can't. They don't know how. They need to learn how, but they haven't figured out how. It says, in the depths of rage, a man stands, his chest open to a void, revealing emptiness within. This card symbolizes the powerful emotions that can consume us when we feel hollow inside. It is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, acknowledging our inner void is the first step towards healing and filling our lives with light. Telling you, somebody has to acknowledge that they are in either the dark night of the soul, or they require shadow work, or they require some sort of support. They have to acknowledge that they are not whole within themselves, that they thrive off the validation of others. And when they don't get it, they become cruel. Spirit said they can be very cruel. Tell me more, Spirit. One at a time, please. Says, what I tell you, they lost on this journey. This is somebody, they think they can solve their problems for themselves. The challenge and the lesson is they haven't been able to do it because they are lost on this journey. Maybe the script they got in childhood was figured out for yourself. It's not working. This person wants a big hug. They need a hug. They need a hug. The spirit says, squeeze. You need a big effing hug. Squeeze. So there's somebody who needs community. They need community. They need intimacy. They need romance. They need love. They need it. Also, but you gotta, like, they have to do the radical work, or they would, let's say they get this hug and it comes from a romantic interest. This person will eventually sabotage that relationship without working on themselves and realizing when they are triggered and when they start to get distant or whatever the case may be. They have to learn how to regulate who they are and recognize what they do. More spirit. Yeah, copycat, but they can't copy your spirit though. When I see copycat, this person could, you take out resonate, have a third party that's trying to copy your energy to keep them stagnant and stuck. Or this person could be a copycat in that they don't have too much of a creative bone in their body, but they will watch how others do things and mimic them. Bottom of the deck. And there it is. Here she is. Nourishing somebody. Talking about eating your effing vegetables. Nourishing. That's what she do. She nourishes the divine feminine. And it says eat some shit made by Mother Nature. The divine feminine is a version of Mother Nature. She really and truly is. That's a true representation of a divine feminine, Empress energy, mother, and the mother of nature. So somebody is having either mother wounds or an issue with a mother. Okay. And but there's somebody good in their life that is a mother figure, right? So there may be conflict. You know, when I was watching the show, the person with the mother issue had an ex, and the way they interacted was very intense, physically intense, and also psychologically different. I can, It's hard to put. It's at one point I said, she's kind of like a reminds this person of their mother in some way, even though their mother abandoned them. She kind of reminds them of there's some connection when it comes to the mother. And then later on in a different scene, she did something and he called her ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I was like, uh-oh, there it is. And it got really weird to me. I felt that was really strange, but it explains some stuff, some psychological issue with that person and who they interact with and who they trust, right? I wouldn't go so far as to say this person was a divine feminine, because she was not, but she represented a mother energy with this person. Mm. All right, and yeah, this person wanted you to feel like them. No, Spirit said you're not doing that, and they are up the creek without a paddle. Six of Swords energy, stuck in a difficult situation with no way of getting out of it. The reason why they are stuck in a situation because they ain't trying to help themselves. Um, I'm getting lazy energy with this person. Perhaps they want to do everything their way, or they don't want to do anything at all, and they just allow life to happen to them. I also get that's quite possible with the challenge and the lesson to be lost on this journey. I don't feel like this person takes action and or initiative in their life. That's also why the copycat. I can't talk tonight. Copycat engine. Copycat card is here. I'm gonna say that. Because whoever this person is, they lack certain creativity. Spirit said they lacking a lot. They're very void, and not in a healthy way. They're not void ready for, to receive something. This person is void in pain. Okay, and this person projects their pain. Tell me more about this being stuck with that. I am healthy. Spirit is telling you to stay grounded in what you got going on. So if you feel healthy, wealthy, rich, bitch, all that energy, stay in that energy. That's in the current energy position. Stay there. Okay. Oh my God, more. I can't even see it. Uh-huh. Yes, can't Carmen. Oh my gosh. I don't know what YouTube is doing that I cannot see my comments. But it's very frustrating, y'all. It's really frustrating. Because I'm sitting here, y'all talking. And then until I touch the screen, it don't show me the arrow to let me know that stuff has been said. I'm thinking the chat just went silent. And it didn't. So excuse me if I'm not responding. But it's very delayed in how it's informing me that y'all spoke. Because it's not scrolling up on its own. All right, tell me more, Spirit. Natural disaster, retribution, judgment, record. Oh, okay. So whoever this is, right, who is stuck in the consequences of their situation, actions, lack of actions, whatever the case may be, their life is being torn up right now. Okay. Um, life is correcting them, and not in a good way. It's kind of like somebody, the spirit is giving them spiritual pow. So they getting hit left and right with stuff, things that they don't want to get hit with. They getting hit with. They're getting payback. They're getting vindication. So spirit is holding this person still in order to get this past. It's like, you know how somebody hold you down on a birthday beating. They don't let you get away while somebody is tagging you. Well, this person is getting tagged up. That things are going wrong. There's a lot going wrong. They might even be in a corrections facility. Spirit said, or going to a corrections facility of some sort. Um, but somebody's getting corrected, meaning they getting redirected. Um, yeah, life is, I'm hearing leveled out. Kind of like the Hurricane Melissa. Something is leveling out. It's not leveling out in a good way. It's like some life is coming to bulldoze the way they think, the way they feel, the way they do life. Some stuff that can't be escaped because they talk a good one or whatever. It's none of that. None of that. All right, tell me more, spirit. Yeah, the pow pow. Yes, the pow pow. There's somebody getting the pow pow. Look at this. Their life is getting torn up. And the energy is constantly coming up. Okay? It's not like the last several readings is about no access, like you can't do it with them. You have closed this out. Spirit is like, no. Every time I pull at the end, the likely outcome, seeing if it changes, the situation is not changing because the person is not changing. So, and if anything, they're just getting spiritual pow pows, but not understanding whatever the lesson is, right? There's a lesson in everything we experience. There's a lesson in everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn. We got to learn. Like, you know, so let's just say you go outside and I don't know, you left your interior lights on your car and your battery was low and you haven't been checking it. You didn't know. And so you go to turn your car over and it don't turn because that battery was old and your interior lights was on. Like it drained it, right? The lesson would be, okay, I should check my battery more often. And I should always make sure to look back and make sure my interior lights are not on when I leave the car, right? Especially if you leave it overnight. That's a lesson. You had to learn. You had to learn not to do that thing again. Now you become more vigilant about changing that way. Well, this person is not vigilant, is what Spirit has been telling me several readings up until now. They're not vigilant, and the radical change is necessary. That won't disturb and destroy relationships that they generally want. That Spirit said they have a wicked way of showing love that is not rooted in love. It's rooted in cruelty in the way that they behave. You know what I'm saying? They throwing things in your face or they saying things to you that are inappropriate. Whatever the case may be, it's not conducive to a positive relationship, if that makes sense. What's up, Bite? I see you now. So, yeah, I agree with you, Carmen. This person does need to heal. But again, this person is lost on their journey. It's somebody that is not finding the light. It exists. If you could look at this card, you could tell, but they're not finding it because they have lost direction. This person is hyper independent, but not interdependent. Maybe in a situation they can't be. Um, but they're now, Spirit said, tethered to that situation. Um, they're kind of stuck to that situation because their choices or proximity to somebody's choices is going to keep them put to a certain degree or attached to those people or something like that is what I'm getting. Tell me more, Spirit. This is somebody also that would want a destiny swap with you. Turn back the sender. Yeah, mistreating other curses oneself. This person is cursed. Heal through kindness and respect. They don't really have the kindness that they front. I feel like this person's an actor. But they want a destiny swap. Or their person, they like whoever they dealing with outside of you would want a destiny swap with you. The way you live your life, the way you do your things, who you are as a person. This person would want to destiny swap. Spirit said, nope, devil is a lie, not on my watch. Nope, 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 nope. But you got somebody here who's lost on their journey. I feel like they got, I don't know what they call it. Like in the literary world, somebody's kind of stuck They may call it like writer's block. I don't know what they call that in other areas, but somebody's blocked from their creativity and they're lost. And eventually they want to come back, return to sender, but not if they're not right. Spirit's not going to allow it. Yeah, this is somebody who is a divine masculine. On the inside part, Spirit said their higher level self is an emperor and a divine masculine. I believe that here. This person is delayed in how they mature, how they grow into their divine masculinity. Tell me more, Spirit. Somebody been getting on folks' nerves for a long time. I think somebody's mouth might be real slick. It doesn't mean that they smarter than other people, but their mouth is slick. Tell me more. Yeah, spiritual. Oh, they ain't having a spiritual awakening right now, y'all. Navigating a spiritual awakening, shedding old ways for new insights, purpose, embrace the transformation, a transformative journey toward deeper self awareness and universal connection. I feel like somebody's eyes are being opened to what the connection is with you and them, but literally just opening, no major, no radical changes. All right, y'all, I'm gone. Yeah, they feel left hanging. They feel all alone because you're not answering the call. You have blocked and denied access. They feel like nobody is there for them. That's why they lost on this journey. But again, I listen, previous subsequent readings from then and off camera, it's not given reconnection with this person. It's given this person got a lot of people to blame in their life. Okay. Yeah. Good things may be coming to you. Get ready, a miracle's on the way. But for this person, they're in a victim mentality. Or woe is me. How hurt their inner child is. But it lacks like that full on, I'm working on myself kind of energy. So y'all take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. But I'm not getting change. I'm not getting um I know how to fill my void in my heart. I know what I must do. I'm not getting none of that. Um Overall energy is heartless when it comes to the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I'm gonna have to say one of them is you. And the other people in this person's life are not helpful to them. They're not guiding them. They're not supporting them. They're just not giving. Even if this person is working their behind off for them, they're not getting anything in return. This person is getting harmed. They're getting abused mentally, physically, emotionally. All or one, that don't matter. That's what's happening. So again, y'all can take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Would you like the live donation reading? If so, position yourself accordingly. Please follow the pinned comments. And that way I can, let me just leave that up. I can go ahead and pull for you. And let me know. Y'all got 5 minutes to let me know. Or less. Because my social media battery is declining. I feel like I'm on, you know how it tell you how many miles you got before the car goes shut down on you. That's how I feel right now. Like it's telling me you got so many minutes, and then we're gonna shut it down on you. Then gonna be like, "What happened? Why is she snoring on live? She snoring? She sleeping on live?" But like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you ring that bell. That way you get notified anytime I come on. Go ahead, ask your question, and follow the pinned comments. Yo, this time change is differently different. I can't tell you how tired I feel. I ain't felt like this in a minute either. Like, what the fuck? Woo. Oh, the room looks nice. I didn't get to see it fully, but the little glance I took, I'm like, oh shit, that is nice. Come decorate over here. You gonna be like, first of all, get rid of all this crap. And then I'm be like, okay, got rid of the cat. Now what? Okay, well, see if there's no takers. I love you guys. I do. All right, that is a Mercury retrograde. That's why I'm feeling crazy as hell. When did the retrograde start and when do it end? Because it's always 3 weeks at least. But when is it over? Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, you have to make room. You have to make room. I still got room now. I gotta make in my office, but I got my chase up here. It's comfortable. I like it. It's like a whole bed in here without taking up the whole room. It's comfortable as fuck. Because if I get on that thing, I'm not trying to get off it. And I specifically got one where if somebody wanted to spend the night, they could, you know, without their feet hanging off. Because there was ones that were a little smaller. And I'm like, yeah, that don't look comfortable. If your limbs start hanging off, it don't feel right. Okay, we in the shadow. Oh, great. So it starts on the ninth, which basically means it's going to finish off November for the most part. Oh, boy. I'm glad I made certain decisions prior to this coming in because you know how it is to make a lot of decisions after the fact. You get murkied up and it don't make no sense. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming to the channel. I'm going to bid y'all adieu. Go get my rest. You get yours. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. Notify you whenever I come on. Yeah, a week before the that's gonna really cover this next couple weeks. Mm, mm, mm. All right, y'all. Peace and soul. I'll see y'all. I think Tuesday because I said at the beginning of the live I'll be gone mostly like 12 hours, which basically in and out, but not enough to stay home. I won't be staying home. I won't be positioned to get online at a certain time without being worn out because of the fact that I have multiple appointments to get to, school to get to, and God knows what else, and class to do. Oh, your girl is tired, y'all. But anyway, love you guys. Peace.